Talisman Kingdom Hearts Edition. Let's take a look at this. Hi there, and welcome to another quick look video. So today we are looking at the Kingdom Hearts edition of Talisman. Now Talisman is quite a popular board game in itself, and over the past handful of years they've been releasing very popular IPs. Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars, Harry Potter, even a Batman one. The Batman one looks really good, but today we're going to take a look at the Kingdom Hearts one. Now this is ages 13 plus, and it is 2 to 6 players. I have played this a few times with 2 players and then 4 players. It's a little bit different, and the game length can vary, obviously, depending on players. If you've got a good afternoon and you are a Kingdom Hearts fan and you like rolling dice, then this could be the one for you. So first of all, we will flip it over, take a look at the back, and just like the last video, the Gears of War one, there should be a card popping up there somewhere if you want to take a look at that. It's quite content heavy, as you can see from the back here. I'm going to read a little bit of the flavour text. So, Kingdom Hearts Talisman, embark on an unpredictable journey with your favourite Disney role-playing game characters in this special Kingdom Hearts edition of Talisman. The board is absolutely stunning. Tons of cards from items, summons, and familiar characters from Disney and Kingdom Hearts, of course. Spells, weapons, and the lovely Keyblades. We're going to dive into this very soon. Over 250 components, and it does not disappoint, honestly. Everything about this is sincerely premium. Even the figures, which again, I love. I love the miniatures. I do need to paint them. They are very nice, and this is actually produced by USAopoly and Games Workshop. So Games Workshop you probably know from Warhammer 40,000, the Lord of the Rings tabletop game. USAopoly tend to do a lot of Monopoly games, a lot of Monopoly variants, pretty much like Talisman. So Monopoly will release IPs like the Super Mario Monopoly, Pokemon, that kind of thing. Metal Gear Solid as well, which we will be getting to at some point. So that's the box anyway. Let's dive into this bad boy and show you all of the pieces. Right, so first off, of course, the rulebook. Again, full colour rulebook, very nice. The Talisman encounter sequence, I'm pretty sure is the same for every single Talisman game. It's just the IP and the branding that kind of changes it. You know, money will be called something else, different spells, different characters, that kind of stuff. It does look kind of daunting, but once you read the rulebook, it's a lot of fun. There is a lot of text. You will be resorting to looking through the rulebook a handful of times during play, but once you get used to it, it's a lot simpler. Right, the board. So let's move this out of the way. We'll take a look at the board after the pieces, so that can stay there. Right, look at this, absolutely stunning contents. Let me just pop that up there. So let's take a look firstly at these. So these are the statistic trackers for your character. Each character will have a strength stat, a magic stat, and they rotate around like this, and a health stat. So as you go along through the game, you'll complete quests, gain experience. You can rank up or level up and bump up these stats to make yourself nice and strong, which is really cool. So those are the health trackers. You get 6 of those because it is a 2 to 6 player game. So we'll move those out of the way. Next, now this is the currency in this game, and they are called money. M-U-N-N-Y, just like the Kingdom Hearts video games. If I just open this up, they are really nice. I mean, look at those. It's nice plastic gems, and there is a finite amount of those. So once you run out of those, that is the supply. You play to components. Next up, we have the tokens. So these are called fate tokens or destiny tokens. These allow you to perform special actions in the game. So if you have a bad roll, you can maybe re-roll, you can do all sorts of other kind of things, and you will collect these as you go through the game. Now these are really cool. I like these. There is two of these for each symbol, so there will be 2 of those amulets, which is the Hercules one from Disney. There is the Heartless symbol, and then there is the playing card from Alice in Wonderland. Now these are quest trackers, so as the game progresses, more and more quests will become available. You'll place one of these on the board and one on the quest at the side of the board to track where each quest is and things. So that's really cool. Next we will go to, let's get these cards. So these are the spells in the game. The artwork is just really, really nice. So those are the spells. Let's flip one over. And as you progress and you get to pick up bonuses and items for completing quests, you can add these to your inventory. So that allows you to cast fire. There's tons of stuff. There's healing spells, there's damage spells, there's buff spells, there's even debuff spells to help against enemies. At the end of the spells, we have items. So these are things like potions, one-time use. You'll use this and then discard, unless it is an object like the Dream Sword. Whilst you have that equipped, you increase your damage stat, combat stat, which is really good. There's staffs for magic, there's health boosts, and there's a ton of them. The replayability is very nice. Let's put this down. Now these are the Keyblades. Now these don't really do anything in the game. It's just more of an item that you collect, because the aim of the game is to travel the board, do quests, collect a Keyblade from one of the quest spaces. Then you can actually trigger the end game and do the final battle. There are some very, very nice house rules online which make these a little bit more significant. And I have played, like I say, I have played this game 2 or 3 times, and we did do the house rule variant with the Keyblades, and it just made more sense. Sometimes house rules really, really do help things. Put those back, and this absolute stack is the events deck. Now this is where the game's variability and replayability comes in, because you shuffle this deck at the beginning of every game, and there is no way you are going through this full deck unless you have got a very, very long game. And it's things from the Trinity symbols from the video game. If anyone's played Kingdom Hearts, you sync up with all of your characters, and it allows you to do special things. But other quests will be stuff like, let's see if I can find one. What have we got? What's that? Money. Gather a piece of money from the supply. There'll be other ones where you help specific characters, like Jiminy Cricket needs escorting back to the Disney Castle. Do that. Get a piece of money. Do an upgrade. And there's a ton of these. Yeah. So we'll put those back. Now next are the character cards. So let's take a look at these. So this is effectively your character sheet. You place this in front of you, and you place your weapons, equipment, spells, everything all around this. You have your base stats, and you also have a key special ability. So Sora will be different to Goofy, Donald, etc, etc. So we'll take a look at all of the playable characters, because there are an absolute ton in this game. One of them doesn't really make sense, because in the video games this person is a summon and an NPC character, not a primary one, I guess. But anyway, they added it. So we've got Sora, we've got Donald. The artwork is so nice. We've got Goofy, King Mickey. King Mickey is playable, and he's a little bit of a tank early game, but he's not OP, so that's good. We've got Riku. We have Kairi, Aqua. These are from the not the Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 main line, so these are from other games like Birth by Sleep, 356 over 2 days, or 358 over 2 days, Dream Drop Distance. There are a ton of Kingdom Hearts games. If you're a fan, you'll know of them. We've got Zion from Organization 13. We've got Terra. We have Ventus, aka Roxas, spoilers. And then we have Mulan. I thought Mulan would be an NPC quest kind of character, because in the quest cards, you can gain new followers like Simba, Mushu, you know, those kind of people. And now the Heartless. So the game mechanic with the Heartless is, if you fall in combat, if you die, you become a Heartless for a number of turns. You're very restricted in what you can do. But it's pretty cool that you get to turn into one of these creepy boys, and there's one of those for each player, so that's all of those. Now, check out these. These are beautiful. These are the dice, so standard D6s, but the number 1 is the Kingdom Hearts symbol there. I thought they would have made that the 6 for some reason, making it special when you roll a 6. But no, they had it as the 1 for some reason. But hey ho. Right, the figures. So let's take a look at all of these. Now these are very, very pretty. I'm going to be testing my knowledge now. Forgive me if I get some wrong. So that's Roxas. Really cool. I do need to paint these as well. That is Riku. We've got Sora. Really nice looking Keyblade on Sora. Kairi, sorry. See, I'm getting it wrong already. That's Sora, the main lad. Sorry, Kairi. It's just Sora's normally a female name in a lot of animes and games I've played, Japanese games. We've got King Mickey. He's pretty cool. I like him. We've got the useless Donald. in the video games. If you've played the games, you'll know what I'm on about. AI is terrible. We have... Who is this? Aqua? I don't know. I'm guessing at these ones now. We've got Mulan. Really nice figure. I'm looking forward to painting these. We've got Goofy. I'm tactically getting down to the last two characters to try and figure out who they are. I'm looking forward to painting that shield. We then have Zion, I think. And then we have... Cannot remember. But that's all of the figures anyway. They are really, really cool. So we'll put those back in. And now we get to take a look at the board. So bear with me as we do some transition magic. And we'll set that bad boy up. Right, so this is the board fully set up. I am going to have to go into manual camera mode, so if it's a bit shaky, I do apologise, but this board is huge. So for a little bit of reference, if I just take my camera and we go down to the Mulan character sheet with her stat block, you can kind of see the size of the board. So it is a big space user for board game day, but you probably will agree the animation... the artwork, sorry, is absolutely stunning. I mean, if you take a look at some of these, you'll notice names from the Disney films, the Disney IPs that are in the Kingdom Hearts game. So we've got Wonderland, and then we've got Neverland, all sorts of Kingdom Hearts stuff, Secret Place, Synthesis Shop, we've got Gummy Path, Traverse Town, obviously, over there. We've got Hollow Bastion, and the centre of the board. Now this is the goal. So the aim of the game is to move your piece along, so completing quests, moving further and further into the game, which gets progressively difficult, eventually progressing around the middle to get in, well, this way, into the Door of Darkness. And now if you have a Keyblade, you can activate the Door of Darkness and win the game. And then it's all based on points, so the game ends, this is the end trigger, and then depending on what your character level is, how many enemies you've killed, because you gain XP for killing enemies, for items that you have, for pretty much everything you own, money, spells, equipment, blah blah, that comes into your total points cost, and that will determine who wins the game at the end trigger. And that is Talisman, the Kingdom Hearts edition. Thank you so much everyone for watching. If you did like this video, please consider dropping a subscription, drop a like on the video. I would be more than happy to chat in the comments if you've got any opinions on the game, if you've played the game, or if it's a game you'd maybe consider because you are a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, like so many other people. Until next time guys, have an awesome one. I appreciate you watching this video. Take care.